This
Friends,
conference will now be recorded.
this is our third lecture on Grahani Chikitsa. And as I said, it can be Grahani is the comparable situation with the irritable bowel syndrome. So we are at our last session for this disease, particularly about Grahani Chikitsa. Okay, so let's start, and we will see that we'll start with the treatment according to the dominance of the doshas that is described here. And today we will start with the Pitta Jagrahani management or the protocol management as per Ayurveda regarding Pitta origin Grahani. Okay, so management of Pitta dominant Grahani, we will start. If Agrimandya is due to Utklishta, Utklishta means the dosha, vitiated doshas or increased doshas which are ready to come out from the body. That is Pitta here in its own place, then Virechan or Vaman should be administered for removal of Pitta. Now, how one can decide that whether one should go for Virechan or Vaman? Definitely, if only Pitta dominance is there, we have to go for Virechan. If we are that having perception that the Kapha association is also there, then we should go for Vaman. Okay, so accordingly, we have to decide whether Virechan or Vaman we should go for. Next to that now, diet after Shodhan. If suppose you have gone through the things which are which are uh, either Vaman or Virechan, then what you should recommend the diet, because that is also important. Everybody knows that we are not able to purify or remove doshas completely from the body, because doshas are very inherent or adherent, stuck with the body. And even though we follow the classical regime, Snehan, Svedan, and then Virechan or Vaman, then also it is not able to purify or remove the abnormal or vitiated doshas completely. And that's why Samsarjan Karam is there. Here also we have to follow some diet prescription as per Grahani Chikitsa Adhyay. After proper Shodhan, diet which does not cause burning sensation, which is easy to digest, and added with the ingredients having specially bitter taste, that should be taken. You know that the bitter taste is the best for Pitta dominance or to balance Pitta. Then second, soup of animal of arid zone, that is of Jangalam Vatabhuishtam. That kind of animal meat soup is preferable here. Soup of cereals such as mudga, green gram, okay, which is very, we can say light for digestion, that is also preferable. Then khada should be given. Now khada is nothing but a one form of, we can say, soup. Then pomegranate is always advisable because it is having sour taste. Okay, it can be taken with ghee, that is the cow ghee, and it has having deepen as well as grahi properties. Next to that, with help of powders of deepaniya drug and ghee fortified with bitter drugs, that can be preferable. So with this, the digestive power will be increased or it should be increased. Now, which are the Dipaniya drug? In simple, Dhanyak is a Pachaniya one. Dipaniya is Jirak, like that. Okay. And Grahi, having Grahi property, but Dipaniya also, that Viswa Bheshaj or dry ginger also we can use. Now, some recipes, because in previous slide we have just seen that the ghee fortified with bitter drugs are advisable. So this one is the Aharya Aushad, okay, or that form of Ahara we have to use. Means instead of using plain cow ghee, in your diet, you should prefer Chandanadya Ghrita, or you should prescribe Chandanadya Ghrita. So some recipes are here given just as a demonstration purpose to understand how to interpret. So Chandan, Padma, Ushira, Patha, Murva, Musta, Vacha, Sariva, Saptaparna, Vasa, Patol, Udumbara, Ashwatha, then again Vata, Palaksha, etc. So you can see here there are some Panchavalkala herbs also. So which are very we can say balancing pitta, because kashaya taste is there. So they are recommended in especially pitta jagrahani. Also tikta grita, which is described in the Kushta Chikitsa Adhyay, that is the chapter number 7. That is also prescribed because it is containing tikta, that is the bitter drugs. Okay, and you know that kashaya tikta madhuraha pitta mannetu kuruvati. That is the tikta bitter taste is best for pacifying pitta or balancing pitta. Next one is the, now here the mixed churna or mixed powder formula is here, Nagaradhya churna. Nagar is nothing but the shunthi, that is dry ginger, Ativisha, Musta, Dhataki. So those all are clear but grahi kind of and kashai kind of test dravyas. Then Rasanjana, Vatsaka, Bilva, Patha, and again Katki. So this recipe is described by Krishnatreya. And this is the speciality of Ayurveda or the classics of Ayurveda. Wherever there is a particular contribution of any scholar of Ayurveda, that is indicated with his or her name. Okay, so this is a contribution of Krishnatreya. Okay, so Atreya and Krishnatreya is different. Along with honey and Tandulodak, that Tandulodak is you know that best for stambhana property, having stambhana property. Tandulodak is Tandula plus Udak, that is rice water prepared with the cold. मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला तांदळाचं धुवन म्हणतो. What you have to do, that regular rice which we use for eating or eating purpose, that you are supposed to wash first. Okay, so that water you are not supposed to take. But the second water, you have to, for less at least 5 minutes, you have to soak in fresh water, and then that water you are supposed to use, okay, for as a anupana or plain, we can say as a separate drink also. Along with honey and tandulaka, by patients suffering from pitta jagrahani can be taken this Nagaradhya churna. So specific anupana is also prescribed, and anupana, if it is prescribed in the text, it must be used to enhance our results. Okay, and it is recommended for bloody stool, that is the stool with blood, hemorrhoids, pain in the anal area, and as well dysentery. Okay, so the loose motions in grahani, especially pitta grahani, can be managed with Nagaradhya churna. Next is Bhunimbadhya churna. Okay, so which are the most, we can say, useful recipes in Charak Samhita, and which are practiced by me also. I have seen in our hospital. Okay, I have experienced it, that I have recommended here. So recipe again, Bhunimbadhya churna is of Bhunimba, Kutki, Trikatu, Musta, Indraya, Chitrak, Vatsak. It should be taken with Jageri and cold water as anupana. So it is useful for Grahari dosha, Gulma, Kamala, Jwara, Pandu, Prameha, Aruchi, and Atisar. That is dysentery. Okay, so I may not no, repeat again. Prameha, you know all 20 kinds of meha. Then Aruchi is the anorexia, Atisara dysentery, Pandu mainly low hemoglobin stage or syndrome. Second recipe is Vacha, Ativisha, Patha, Saptaparna, Rasanjana, Shonaka, Udicha. Now Udicha is a type of Ushira, that is Viteveria zizinoides. मराठीमध्ये त्याला काळा वाळा सुद्धा काही जण म्हणतात. ओके, सो तो एक वाळ्याचा प्रकार आहे. It's a type of Ushira or Var. So Katvanga, that is the type of shonak having small fruits. Bark of Vatsak, Darvi, then Patha, Parpatak, Yavani, okay, Madhushungi, Shigru. Madhushigru is a type which we use for edible drumsticks, okay, edible purpose. Leaf of Patola, then Siddhartha, Euthika, fresh new leaf of Jati, seeds of Jambu and Amra, pulp of Bilva, leaves and fruits of Nimba. That is the Azadirachta indica. That is Kadu Neem, or in Hindi we call it Neem. It is useful in all conditions as mentioned of Bhunimbadya Churna. Means it is the second recipe by the same name, that is the Bhunimbadya Churna, and it is also useful in Grahani dosha, especially Pittaj Grahani dosha, Gulma, Kamala, Jvara, Pandu, Prameha, Aruchi, and Atisar. Okay, so next one is the Kiratadya Churna. This is the Kiratatikta, then Shad Grantha, Trayamana, Trikatu, Chandana, Padmaka, Ushira, bark of Darvi, Katurohini, bark of fruit of Kutaj. I know that as a third year scholar of Ayurveda, you will not be able to memorize all those ingredients. But whenever you are supposed to write a paper in exam, you are supposed to write at least some main ingredients. Okay, so if the Kiratadya Churna is there, you have to think that there must be some digestive, some bitter taste herbs like that, and accordingly you have to answer it or you have to write it. Okay, so this is for exam purpose. For knowledge purpose, always you should memorize it as the recipe, especially the names. It linked us. Which form is preferable for Kiratadya Churna? We know it is very bitter in taste, so it must be linctus prepared with honey must be given, or the water with or with alcoholic preparation. So alcoholic preparation is nothing but the asavarishta. Okay, so you don't take it otherwise. Now it cures Hriday Roga, Pandu, Grahani Roga, Gulma, Shula, Aruchi, Jwara, Kamala, and Sannipatik kind of diarrhea. Also, this Kiratadya Churna is useful for 8 kind of Mukha Roga. Okay, so this was about Pitta Jagrani. Now next to that, Kapha Jagrani, we will start. So the first, no doubt, Shodhan Chikitsa always, then Shaman. Okay, so the Vaman is here. Then that after Vaman, to increase Agni, that is digestive power, we have to use some digestive herbs or Deepak Pachak herbs. Okay, Deepaniya and Pachaniya property herb. That is Katu, Amla, Lavana, Kshara, and Tiktarasa, specially. Okay, so Kshara is not a test. Okay, but it is a form of alkalis like Yavakshara and Sajjikshara that you can use. In Kapha Vyadhi, always you will find in Charak Samhita that this Sajjikshara and Yavakshara is almost everywhere recommended. So how much easy Ayurveda do you expect from Charakacharya? So he's a very, very down to earth scholar of Ayurveda, and that's why it is always called Charakastu Chikitsit. Palash, Chitra, Chavya, Matulunga, Haritaki, Pippali, Pippali Mula, Patha, Nagar, that is Shunthi, Dhanyak. These are supposed to be used in a paniya form, that is the drink. Okay, or Yavagu prepared with it. Now drink as a hima or fanta, you can take. Paniya means it should be in a like a water form. It can be drinkable. Okay, and Yavagu is nothing but the grape. Okay, so Aushad Siddha, like Dhanyak, Shunthi, these are very much easily available. Next is Madhuka. So now this Madhuka is not for Yashti Madhu friends. This is in Marathi we call Moha. So the flowers of Madhuka, Vedanga, Chitra, Bhallat, Manjistha, the decoction should be prepared. It should be mixed with honey, etc. herbs. Then 1 month it is kept like a asava siddhi, when the asava siddhi occurs. Now here, see, even though the decoction is there, here the term asava is used. If you memorize the Rasa Shastra and Vaishajya Kalpana, in Vaishajya Kalpana, we have learned that always asava means it is of swaras. And for decoction, the arishta word is used. So it should be Madhuka arishta. But there also, there was a hashtag. Okay, that is conditions apply. That sometimes the term is altered also. Means here, like here, even though the decoction is there, the word is used Madhukasav. Okay, so we have to see such exceptions. Okay, and the description is according to majority. Useful in Grahani, helps for empowering the Agni, that is increasing Agni, promoting Agni. Also, it is useful to promote nutrition. It normalizes mainly Kapha and Pitta. Then it is curable for, it is medicine for Shotha, that is the swelling, as well as Kushtha, Kilasa, and Prameha. Okay, so we'll go for the next one, that is the Duralabhasa. Duralabha is a synonym for Dhamasa. Okay. Amalaki, Danti, Chitraka, Haritaki, Chageri again, honey, Priyangu, Pippali, Bidanga. These are the main ingredients, and they are supposed to kept in a jar which is coated with cow ghee at the inner walls. And the duration to keep it together is mentioned 15 days. Now in Grahani, Pandu, Arsha, Kushtha, Visarpa and Prameha, it is useful. Other uses are, it is also useful for clearing or making your voice better, and the complexion, definitely, that is the Varnya property, skin, and also it cures Rakta Pitta and some other Kapha disorders also. Now here, in short, only some names and its uses are described. And in Charak Samhita, that is the treatise of Ayurveda, it is described in detail ingredients with the procedure also. Now the next one is Mulasa. It is useful in Rakta Pitta, Anaha, Kapajavika, Rudra, Pandu and Angasa. And Pindasa is useful for earlier mentioned disorders that Rakta Pitta etc. As well, in healthy person, it may take this preparation for a period of 1 month, and that person is advised ununctious and liquid diet. Ununctious means ruksha, having ruksha property. Liquid diet mainly soups, and it helps in prevention of genesis of the disease. Means if you want a punarbhav chikitsa, pindasa must be advised in the kafaja grahani. Okay. Then the next is madhvarishta. Again, this madhvarishta stimulates the power of digestion. It regulates the vishama agni, and especially it is useful for rudroga, pandu, grahani, kushtha, arsha, shwayathu, that is again swelling, jwara, and disorders caused by mainly vata and kapha dosha. Next, now the grata preparations are here prescribed, okay, by Charakacharya, that is Saptala grata. Saptala is nothing but shikekai in Marathi. That is a Rechan one. You have to get it. Has Saptala has a very strong purgative property. You should not forget about it. Okay, so we have to carefully use it. And Charak Chikitsastan 5th chapter, it is prescribed. Now, what is the 5th chapter? Okay, I will not make you confused. Then next is Vallatagrata again from Chikitsasana 5th. That is the Gulma Chikitsa. Okay, may also be administered. Then Ksharagrata, it is also increased for increasing the digestive power, and these all recipes are recommended for Kafaja Grahani. Don't forget about that also. Kshara preparations such as Bhallatak, etc. Kshara should be used and administered with the ghee, or it can, that kshara can be just a pinch sprinkled over food and can be used. So ahara with yukta or aushadha yukta ahar, you can say like that. there are some more recipes of Kshara also prescribed. Especially these Kshara preparations are useful in the spasmodic pain, which is very often in Grahani. Or Grahani, in simple, it can be called as a colitis or irritable bowel syndrome. Next is a Kshara Gudika. That is the administration after food helps in quick digestion and useful in Kasa, Shwasa, Arsha, Visuchika, Pratishay and Rudroga. Again, this recipe is performed, or we can say, sorry, is recommended by Krishnatreya. Again, you can see here. Okay, so after that, Chaturtha Kshara. Now see, here are the 5 preparations. That's why Chaturtha Kshara, Panchama Kshara, like that. So Kshara preparation is the 4th one, according to the names are given. So Grahani Dosha, then Shotha, Arsha, Pandu. And Panchama Kshara is for specially Kapavata Jarasa, Grahani, Pandu, Pliha, Mutra Rog, Shwas, etc. Okay, so we'll move towards the next now. Now this is the Sannipatik Grahani management. Now we are going to see here. First of all, no doubt Panchakarma, that is the Shuddhi Prakriya, and which Shuddhi Prakriya or Shodhana which are going to recommend or we are going to administer, that is according to the predominance of dosha. If Vata is dominant, we should go for Basti. If Pitta, Virechan. If Kapha, then Vaman specially. Okay, so after that, Shodhana, various ghee, kshara, asavarishta preparation are recommended for stimulation of Agni. Again, this shaman kind of chikitsa or the management will be also according to the dominance of the dosha. Okay, there also we have to judge. And which symptoms we have to go, that we have already gone through all those symptoms in our second session. Previously described line of treatment of for Vata Grahani, etc. Grahani should be accordingly followed. Just we have seen that this line of treatment should be done either separately or jointly. That means even though if you are doubtful and you are observing the signs of symptoms of Pitta and Kapha together, you can make a combination of Pitta Jagrahani Chikitsa and Kapha Jagrahani Chikitsa also. Okay, so always the royalty or the choice is given to the physician by Charakacharya. So Charakacharya, I am used to say, always want to make you yuktidnya, not just the blind follower. Okay. So Snehan, Svedan, Shodhan, Langhan, Deepan, various powder preparations of Lavana, especially Kshara, Madhvarishta, then Surasava, various Takra preparations, Deepaniya Grita, can be prescribed especially in Tridoshaja or Sannipatika Grahani. Now see, especially various stages of this particular disease can be managed as follows. Okay, so how we can decide? Sometimes we may jumble that whether the Vata is dominant or Kapha is dominant. Accordingly, various stage-wise treatment you have to go. Okay, otherwise what will happen if we will label it only Vataj and we will go for Vataj, then it is a little bit troublesome sometimes. Okay, so as per condition, the management is mentioned here. Especially Kafaj Grahani, there is excess of sputum. So particularly for that sputum, excess sputum symptom, you have to give Ruksha and Deepaniya drugs having bitter taste especially. Okay, so that kind of herbs you have to use. If patient is weak but kapha is excessive, then you cannot go because for woman. Okay, because patient is weak. So that's why in that condition, alternatively, again unanxious means ruksha and anxious means sometimes snigdha therapies alternately you have to give repeatedly. After complete examination, if pachana of armor, you are sure that it is taken place, then administer the ghee, Shamana Sneha or Siddha Sneha you can give with which are medicated or cook with the Deepaniya medicines. Okay, now see, Agni Mandya is the main positive factor or pathology for formation of Grahani dosha. That's why you have to stimulate the Agni. Okay, and that's why here are some prescriptions by Charakacharya that fasting or overeating does not stimulate the Agni. But as like fire in the environment is extinguished if there is no fuel supply or if excessive fuel covers the Agni. Okay, so no fuel supply is also not good and too much fuel is also not good. So that means the fasting is also not good for Grahani, that is Langhan totally without eating anything, or too much eating something. Though both extreme conditions are not good. And that's why proper intake of Sneha followed by eating proper food preparations are always recommended. And for that, you have to use different churna, arishta, sura, asava, okay, which are prescribed in this chapter. Okay, so that's why it will helpful to stimulate the Agni, or it will increase the digestive power. Okay, now what happens sometimes, there is a stage that is Atyagni. Okay, it is not Vishamagni, it is not Samagni, but Atyagni or the Tikshnagni kind of condition. So if person having diminished kapha and increased pitta, which is associated with vata, because Agni is a friend, or vata, Vayu is a friend of Agni. Vayu is Agni Sakha. So if that is the condition, that the kapha is less and pitta with vata is more, in this stage, Ushma of Agni, that is the Ushna Guna especially, is enhancing the capacity of power of Agni. And what happens with it? That the person increased vata, which further strains the Agni, means Agni Sakha. And that's why together they will increase the Tikshna Guna. And with that Guna, what will happen? The whatever the person has eaten, that will be digested immediately. Okay, and the person will be again hungry. Okay, and if that person doesn't get the food, that person will start, that the person's Agni, Atyagni, will start digesting Rakta, etc., means Mausa, Meda, Ityadi, Dhatus. So what it will make? It will make us a problematic situation. Okay, what problematic situation is there? The patient becomes weak day by day, and even though death may occur, the patients feel better when he or she will consume some food, but even though when it will be digested, again the person will be blackout like situation. Okay. After that, morbid thirst, dyspnea, burning sensation, fainting, these will be observed. Digestive power can be pacified taking the food and drinks which are heavy for digestion. Now this is the line of treatment or the management of Atyagni. That is heavy to digest, Guru, anxious, that is Snigdha, cold, Shita, sweet, Madhura, and especially liquid that can be used to extinguish the fire in the nature. We controls it with the water. So like that, these digestive, sorry, heavy to digest, anxious, cold, sweet, and liquid property food articles will be useful for especially this condition. Especially food at regular interval. Although the previously eaten meal is not digested, again before digest you have to give new meal. So this will control the Atyagni. Especially the food preparation, some examples are given: payas, that is milk pudding; krashara, that is the thrift gruel, we call it kheer in Marathi, prepared of rice and lentils; snigdha dravya, you have to use paistika. Paistika is nothing but the fine flours, okay, resembling flour paste. In Marathi we call maida. Various jaggery products, meat of aquatic animal of marshy area, especially fish, mainly in smooth. Means smooth means we can say river water. okay, not the hard water like sea. So the goda पाण्यातले मासे, we can see like that, or roasted meat, especially of sheep. So these are some heavy items are recommended. Now Yavagu, that is the thick gruel mixed with beeswax or gruta, should be given whenever patient feels hungry. Now definitely this beeswax is organic one. Okay, you can get it at the proper sources. Mantha prepared with wheat flour, then milk medicated with Jivaniya Gana drugs, then paste of fruits, substances containing oil like thila, that is the sesame oil, with sugar and meat soup, that will pacify the agni. Also, see here at the end, the treatment of Atyagni is prescribed. Why? It can be a separate Atyagni condition, or it may be the recommendations or the prescriptions which we have discussed earlier that may increase Agni too much. And it can be the situation, again, the person having Grahani, the Grahani is cured, but the new disease is there, that Agni is so much stimulated or increase that it is changed to Atyagni, now new disease like that. And that's why this chapter is, or this topic is described at the end of the chapter. Then Trivida Sneha, that is ghee, abdominal fat, bone marrow fortified with the meat soup of animals residing in marshy areas are recommended. Milk mixed with wheat flour, curd along with Gritavasamajja, okay. Then bark of Udumbar with human milk, or milk puddings from Udumbar and human milk, like that. So here the Stri Dugdha or human milk is recommended, which is we can say pacifying the Atyagni. So milk medicated with Shama, Trivrut, advised for variation. See now here the Aharya medicine is again advised, that the Shama, Trivrut are recommended for variation, not the others. Expert physician should follow the line of treatment only after proper examination of the patient. So Atyagni can be a separate syndrome, or it can be Vaidyakrit Vyapat also, so that the management is given at the end part of this Grahani Chikitsa Adhyay. Now, improper dietary habits are also are also described here, because one is supposed to avoid it for the complete curance of Grahani dosha. So, samasana, that is taking of wholesome food and unwholesome food together. Okay, so pathya, apathya together, the person is eating. Vishwamasan, that is taking food either in excess quantity or very little quantity, and also if taken before and after appropriate time, that is Vishamashan. Vishamashan is not only that you are taking in more quantity or less quantity, not having a proper time whenever you are hungry, that time you have skipped, that is Vishamashan. Then Adhyasha, that is the previous eaten food is not digested, again you are taking new food, that is Adhyasha. All of above three are the causes for death. Now, this is the thing. We have to educate. First of all, we have to regulate our lifestyle like that. We should not go for samashan, vishamasan, adhyashan. And then we can get more results, okay, more confidence, more health. And then you will be eminent to advise others that now listen me. If you want to cure your problem, then you must avoid samashan, vishamashan, and adhyashan. Okay. After that, now variation in the digestion as per day-night cycle. Now, what is it? If morning eaten food is undigested, and still if anyone takes evening food, it may not be more vitiate, it may vitiate more, since in daytime all the srotas are dilated and heart is active, similar to the lotus which blossoms with the sunrise. Now this is the, we can say, nature cycle we have to follow. In the daytime, the sun is there, and like that, with due to that sun in the nature, the lotus flower is blossoming. Similarly, here our digestive power is also ignited in the daytime. Srotasas are also dilated. Sroto Vikasan is there. And that's why it's good to have good food or good quantity of food in the daytime. But during daytime, the exercise, physical and mental activities are also there. And the heart is also having good function, that is pumping properly due to activities. So that's why this daytime situation or physiology will prevent the genesis or the formation of kleda in various dhatus. As here the again upamana paramana is given, unspoiled milk when mixed with fresh milk, the mixture does not get spoiled and will get uniformly mixed. So is the condition when in daytime previously eaten food, although not digested, still a person can digest another meal. But at the night, the situation is different. The situation in the night is completely opposite. The channels are closed, that the srotas are constricted. Heart is not functioning properly because the slow heart rate is there. Okay, so that's why here apakwa ahara rasa increases in the viscosity, and there are chances of ama formation and ama adheres, that means stucks into the dhatus. If another food is taken in this situation, then definitely it will turn into a disease. That is nothing but the grahani dosha, or maybe kavaigunya is not in the grahani, is somewhere else. That person may have some other problem. The condition resembles wherein uncooked milk mixed with warm milk gets spoiled. The situation, the example is given for night. Therefore, a wise person should not take meals if food taken at night is not digested. This will surely affect strength and life of a person. So, at the end tips or end notes are here. Okay, so we should go like that. So here is the summary for the Chikitsa Sthana 15 chapter that we are summarizing here. That qualities of Agni, Antaragni are described. Then manner in which Agni dosha, Agni does dharana, that is sustenance of the body, that is the importance of Agni. What is the functions of Agni that we have seen. Then manner in which food is digested. That means the whole scenario is described about the Agni and its subtypes. How digested food functions, what it gives to the body, nourishment, etc. How different types of Agni does nutrition after digesting the fuel. Development of the Rasadi Dhatus, that how the Dhatus are formed and their associated waste products also, whether they are Upadhatu or Mala, that we have seen. How aphrodisiacs act instantly and time taken for the Dhatu formation and the order of development. Aphrodisiac is nothing but the Vajikara medicine, Vajikaran recipes. So that is the Khale Kapotanyaya, how the Shukra is directly increased with the ghee, that we have seen. Reason why diseases are located in one part of the body and role of the Agni or Antaragni in disease formation. After that, we have seen disease caused by the abnormal Agni, then definition of Grahani, and signs symptoms of Grahani dosha in detail we have seen. Premonitory symptoms along with the 4 types of Grahani, that is Vataj, Pittach, Kaphaj and Sannipati. We have seen the detailed signs and symptoms with its management as per the various conditions we have seen in this chapter. So that is Bhavati Chatra. This is the summary for Grahani Chikitsa Adhyay. Okay, so thank you for your patiently hearing about Grahani Chikitsa. We have 3 sessions for Grahani Chikitsa because it's a very important disease, and once you understand the Grahani Chikitsa, you can understand anything. Okay, any disease you can manage properly. So after Jwara Chikitsa, the Grahani Chikitsa is very, very important chapter from Charak Chikitsa Sthana.